Welcome to Oshkosh's EAA. Enjoy the videos and subscribe.
My name's Jonathan. I'm a pilot here. I fly the PC-6 Porter from made by Pilatus in Stan, Switzerland. PC-6 has been in production since 1959. I originally flew with a Lycoming GSO 480 engine. Today, most of them are equipped with a PT-6A-27 engine. Today, it's rated at 680 horsepower, derated in this application to 550. It gives you a nice long temperature life on the engine. You're not burning up things inside. Great performance still with an engine that originally produced in 300 horsepower range on there. The 550 horsepower gives you tremendous performance. The wingspan on it, it's about a 52-foot wingspan with the winglets on there with the new highest gross weight setup. The aircraft holds the record for the highest takeoff and landing for any fixed-wing aircraft in the world at over 19,000 feet up in the Himalayan mountains on the glaciers there. This particular aircraft is a 1971 aircraft, originally delivered to the Australian Army. Flew for the Australian Army for about 22 years before being retired. Went to Israel as a jump plane. Unfortunately, I was involved in an accident in Israel. Completely rebuilt, started flying again in 2005. And since 2005, it's been about 400 to 500 hours put on the airframe. Completely ground up restoration on the airframe. Equipment for the avionics and panel were put in about a year ago, a new Garmin stack. Really wonderful setup. Currently, they can be produced with both steam gauge setups or even to Garmin full glass cockpit setup. Most of the time, we prefer the old steam gauges with Aspen primary flight display on it. It's a nice option. You can have a weather radar under wing. Unfortunately, this aircraft doesn't have it, but in the U.S., the ADS-B program, the new NavCom GPS systems give you all your ADS-B information for traffic and weather avoidance. Max setup, you can put 10 passengers in. You can do three-person benches in the back, plus a passenger next to the pilot, and the pilot is the 11th person in the aircraft. Jumper configuration is generally a 10-person jump configuration. The airplanes are known specifically for the ability to climb to altitude, be able to send paratroopers out. You send jumpers out for a skydive operation. The aircraft will beat them back to the ground, be on the ground, and load it up with the next jumpers before the first jumpers land. It's one of very few aircraft that are certified with in-flight beta. It allows us to go to a 0.5 degree blade angle in flight. With that, you're able to descend at a very accelerated rate, between about up to 6,000 feet per minute. You don't want to do it with passengers on board, but it will do a tremendous amount. The tail surface is back here, really kind of unique. It has both an elevator and a stabilizer on it. The stabilator portion of it is flown with trim. It allows you to have a very, very large envelope for your CG. It allows us to have more aft CGs than a lot of other aircraft can do, but then also allows us to go to a forward CG and still be completely controllable on the aircraft. Under wings, you have the option of having 3 different sizes of underwing fuel tanks. In this case, we have a cargo pod fitted on the aircraft, and that is a development with Aeroset, the STC for it. Allows you to carry another 262 pounds under each wing. And with that pod going so far forward, you can put a 50-pound bag of rice in the front of it. So if you're risking going out the aft CG, you're suddenly now well back in CG with putting that far forward on the aircraft. With the fuel on board, you have 4 hours of fuel in the wings, 170 gallons. That's the same size as the largest fuel tank of the cargo pod, and that fuel tank will give you an additional 3 hours of fuel, so you can have 7-hour endurance on the aircraft with it. The aircraft has a couple of unique features. There's an option to have a cargo drop door. So in the floor panel here, the panel will pull off. You can put 660 pounds onto the drop doors. The pilot has a release handle to pull, and you can drop it directly on there, so you can do a single pilot drop operations. You can also put camera systems, LiDAR rigs through the floor there. They're nice and protected. The doors are closed for takeoffs and landings. No debris are going to hit the lenses. But then you're also able to hold them open in flight, be able to do any sort of recording stuff you need to do with it. They've fitted the aircraft with magnetic anomaly detector systems before, used for mineral exploration. Lots of photo aircraft, popular skydive aircraft. Another nice thing on this aircraft is there's a bulkhead hatch in the back here. It allows you to put long boards, drill pipes for wells in there. You can feed a really long shaft of drill pipe in there or long lumber in. You take out all the seats, take out the co-pilot stick, run it back up to the front, and it'll carry objects much longer than you would ordinarily think in here. 16 to 18 feet is not uncommon in here. The other nice thing is all these seats, nice lightweight, easy to slide. There's also seat rails in the back of the aircraft in the empennage, and so you're able to actually fly out full of cargo, packed completely full, unload all your cargo, and you have your seats already stored in the back of the aircraft. So now you can have your seats, put them back in, and fly a full load of passengers back in, where otherwise you'd be stuck trying to make room for the seats in your cargo so you can then fly passengers back. This, you get the best of both worlds with it.
Please, please, please subscribe. We appreciate it.
So now, it's time to stand up, move forward, and get ready. The show is about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the most feared aircraft in the world today, your United States Air Force's F-22 Raptor.